Hello friends, I'm happy to have you back again in today's video. But first, I would love to say a very big thank you for all the birthday wishes, the prayers and the gifts. I'm really grateful. So I was thinking of what to make for my birthday. Then I came across this style. As you can see, it is a simple detachable blouse with yoke and it's also stylish. So I decided to give it a try, and guess what? The outcome is amazing. I also made these earrings, which I'll be showing you in another video. So do watch to the end and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. The materials I'll be needing for this tutorial are my fabric, lining, gum stay, zipper, measuring tape, scissors, pins, chalk, rulers, my pattern paper, and of course my body measurements. Here I had already cut out the pattern paper. So from the shoulder to the bust area, which is the vertical measurement, I'll be needing about 13 inches. And for the horizontal measurement, I'll be needing about 15 inches. So the next thing is to create the shoulder line, which is totally optional. So from that top area, I came down by half an inch and I made that straight line. So that will serve as my shoulder line. My shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2. I marked 8 inches. So for the neck width, I use 3 inches and the neck depth, I use 3.5 inches, which is totally optional. You can decide to make yours 4 inches or 4.5 inches. Yeah. So I also came down by 1 inch from the shoulder line to get the shoulder slope, and from the shoulder slope I came down by 8 inches, which is my armhole measurement. Then I also created my chest line, as you can see me do. You will need to get the midpoint of your armhole line, and from that midpoint you come in by half an inch and you create a curve, but you don't need to do this for the back armhole. Okay, I'll determine my shoulder to my bust measurement, which is about 13.5 inches. Then I'm just going to be creating a straight line that way. Okay, this is me trying to get my bust measurement on that chest line, which is my bust measurement divided by 4. That is my round bust measurement divided by 4. From the chest line, I'll be coming up by 2.5 inches, which I've just marked. And from that same chest line, I'll be coming down by 2 inches. So it depends on you. You can make it 3 inches, you can make it 4 inches. It depends on your preference. So I'll be drawing that curve or that arc. Yeah. So this is how this looks for now. And I will now be cutting it out. Note, I have not added my extra allowance or my seam allowance, so I'll be doing that on my fabric. Okay, so this is the neck width and neck depth. For the back, I only came down by 1 inch. Then for this armhole, I won't be cutting out the front yet till I'm done cutting out the back armhole. Yeah, so watch how I will place this pattern paper on my fabric, and I'll be cutting out the back panel first. As you can see, I left extra inches. That's for zipper allowance. Okay, then I'll be pinning the pattern paper to the fabric. For the zipper allowance, I used about 1.5 inches. 2 inches will also work very fine. So this is me cutting out the neck part of this back panel. Yeah, and I will be notching where the zipper will be, both on the top and below. Okay, then for the shoulder area, I'll be adding extra half an inch to the cutting, and that will be for the joining. Watch carefully how I cut out the back armhole. So I didn't come in by half an inch, I just cut it out almost straight. Just take note of it. So I noticed that it was not curvy, so I decided to use my curve ruler to just create a little curve, but I wasn't taking out any half an inch from there, just to make it a bit curvy. So that is how that will be. And again, you won't be adding extra seam allowance to the armhole area. For the bust area, I added 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. 2 inches will work fine too. I also added half an inch to the under bust area for joining. So this is me opening up the back panel. Don't forget to take care of your zip budge. So I'll be taking out half an inch from that area so that there won't be zip budge. It is very, very important. So for the front panel, I will be cutting out the neck and also cutting out the armhole, just as you see me do. For this curve, I wasn't totally satisfied, although you can decide to leave it this way, but I wanted mine to be deeper. So what I did was to place my measuring tape on that previous line, then I came up by 1 inch. After marking it, I just drew the curve again. So this way you can see that it is really, really deep. Then I cut it out. So after I was done cutting, I just placed it on my fabric on fold on the wrong side. And before I cut out, I added my extra seam allowance. Remember, I added 1.5 inches to the back panel. I'll be doing the same here, and I'll also be adding half an inch to the lower part of the bust area. Then I will cut out. Don't also forget the half an inch on the shoulder area for joining, and the armhole area doesn't need any seam allowance. And that's it. As you can see, it is very, very easy to make. This is what it should look like after cutting. So this is the back panel. I have two pieces because I cut one into two, and here is the front panel. So what I'll be doing next is to cut out the lining following the same measurement, and here, as you can see, I have cut them out. But before I start stitching, there is need for you to attach gum stay to the neck part of that lining. The reason for this is to prevent that neck area from sagging. You know, when you see some clothes, some blouses, the neck area is not firm, and that's because there is no gum stay to make it stable. So I decided to attach a gum stay to my lining. You can as well attach it to your fabric as well. Yeah, but I just decided to add the gum stay to the lining alone. Then for the back piece, the same thing, I attached my gum stay to the neck area. Then when I was done, I just set those ones aside. Now let's come to the sleeve. This sleeve, I made it some time ago. It's a basic pattern sleeve, more like a 3/4 sleeve. So if you don't know how I came about it, I can leave the link in the description box for you to watch it. So I just like recreated it, and this is it right here. What I'll be doing now is the spreading and the slashing method, because we want to get that bell shape sleeve. Although you can decide to leave it this way, some can do puffy sleeve. It's just your preference, but I wanted a bell sleeve, but mine wasn't that bogus because I was managing my fabric. So what I did was to measure that wrist area, then I divided it into three equal parts. So from the marking, I just extended the point to the armhole area, but you will not totally cut everything. You can just cut it and stop somewhere around the armhole area. Then you will now decide how wide you want them to be apart. You can decide to use 3 inches apart. You can decide to use 4 inches, 5 inches, in fact 6 7 inches. Yeah, it's just that you will need more fabric if you want it very wide. So I think I used about 4 inches width apart. So when I was done, I just grabbed my fabric, I folded the fabric into four. So if you fold your fabric into four, you'll be getting two pieces of the sleeve. I preferred it that way because I would just cut out the sleeve once and for all. But that does not mean you cannot cut out one sleeve then later cut out the other one. But I just prefer this method. So as you can see, I just placed the pattern paper on it, then I cut it out. I added my extra seam allowance for joining. Simple and straight to the point. So here I had cut out my sleeves. I'll be going back to the body of the dress now, which is the back panel and front panel, which I'll be joining. So what I will do is just to place the two right sides together, just as you see me do, and stitch and look for a place to turn it inside out. So when I was done joining everything, I decided to notch that neck area so that it will be relaxed. And this is me turning inside out. So guys, let me tell you that this is the first cloth I'm making with my new sewing machine. And honestly, it was a very, very sweet experience. So now I'm done making the or joining the front piece and the back piece. They're already looking good. So what I would do is just to join the two pieces of the back panel together. That is where the zipper will be, so that it will be easier for me to join the front panel and the back panel together. Hope you guys understand. So here is how it looks for now. I just like used pin to hold the two together, and it's now time to join this shoulder area. You see, the shoulder area is a very sensitive part. If you want the shoulder to be very neat, this is how you do it. You will use the lining to wrap up the other three pieces. Do you understand? You know, we have two pieces for one for the front panel, two pieces for the back panel. So you use the lining of the front part to wrap everything and pin it down. So when you do it like that and stitch on it, you will see how relaxed the shoulder will be looking. Yeah, I didn't understand this method when I was learning, but along the line I had to learn it because it's a very good way to join your shoulders. Except if you are not having lining on your dress, then you can just sew it direct. But if you are lining your dress, your blouses, your shirts, then this is a very good way to join them together. So when I was done using my pins to hold the two panels, I then went to the sewing machine to stitch down. So this is how it looks after joining. As you can see, it looks very relaxed. Even when you flip it to the other side, it looks the same. So this pattern of joining the shoulder area of your blouses, your dress is just, I think, the best. I would go ahead now to fix the sleeves, after which I would join the sides and then fix the zipper. When you want to join the sides, there is need to mark your bust measurement again, and don't also forget the seam allowance. So here is me just marking my original round bust measurement divided by 4, and I'll be sewing along that line to also cover the sleeve area. Hope you understand. So I will sew it from that armpit area down to the cuff of the sleeve, and that will be all for this tutorial. If you have watched this video to this point and you haven't given it a like yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly give this video a like, and if you are yet to subscribe, please do hit the red button and join this beautiful family. For the zipper, I didn't have the right one to use, so what I did was just to improvise. So this is actually a long zipper. I trimmed it to the level I wanted it. There was a way I tacked it so that the zipper won't pull out. Then I fixed it. This beautiful detachable blouse with yoke is ready, and the fabric is so beautiful. I love the color combination. Although some people call it crop top, this really came out well, and I also want you to give it a try and let me know your experience in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you all in my next video. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Bye.